Hey guys, I'm Dieter Millhorn. Give you a quick little tutorial video on something I'm doing with these hunting boots that I got back here. It's a pair of Cabela's boots that are into their third season. Part leather and part like one of these cloth material outer fabrics. The leather has gotten beat up. They've been tromped through the woods. They've been turkey hunting. They've been deer hunting. They've been on the boat fishing. So it's kind of beat up. Kind of dry. So what I'm going to do is show you what I do to kind of refresh these things a little bit using a product that you can get pretty much anywhere. That's saddle soap. You can tell by looking at those boots what the new leather, the protected leather that was underneath my pant leg looks like compared to the part that was facing the grass, the briars, the tree limbs, and everything else. So stuff gets beat up, it gets torn up, it gets scratched up. But using this saddle soap, it's a good way to get some moisture back into the leather, keep it soft, and help preserve it and get as much use and as much wear out of it as you can. The process is pretty simple. All you do is take a rag, dampen it a little bit, get some of the saddle soap onto the rag itself, and then just rub it in. The stuff soaks in pretty good rate. I've heard of some people heating it. I've never done that. I've just always kept it at room temperature, and I'll go over it a couple of times, let it sit for a while, and then come back in and reapply another coat later. Now, depending on how much you use your boots, what kind of conditions you're in, it can vary how many times a year you need to do this. I usually do it 2 times. I usually do it right before turkey season and right before deer season, and that usually keeps them in pretty good shape. As you can see, I didn't do them before this deer season. I'm already halfway through my hunting season and getting ready to go on a big trip out to Kentucky, so I decided to give them a little loving care. These have been a pretty good pair of boots. They're made by Cabela's. It's actually their store brand. The only issue I had with them is some stuff with the toe rolling off. Took some shoe goo and was able to patch that up and get them back on the road. Too good of a boot. They fit too good to send them back and get a new pair. So keeping them going, keeping them in the woods, and I've got enough video out. There's a product review on this. I'll put you a link to it and a link down below that way you can check it out. Alright guys, there you go. You can tell very quickly it changed the color of the boots totally. That stuff kind of absorbs into the leather. I put a couple of coats on it, went on kind of liberally with it. What I do is let it sit. Right now it's sitting there, kind of got it all over the place. I let that stuff sit, like soak into the leather for a little while, give it an hour or so, come in with the rag, wipe off the excess, and you're good to go. One thing I will say is it may take a couple of coats. This stuff, you can tell when the leather is really dry, like the toe of these boots were. It will absorb it in quickly. So I put it on fairly liberally and you know, cover it up really good in it, kind of get it everywhere as you can tell. And then what I'll do is I'll let these sit here for a while, let everything soak in, let it dry, and take a rag, just wipe off the excess, and you're good to go. It's a good product, good way to rejuvenate the leather. If you're putting it on shoes that are not as worn, there may be a little bit of darkening with the color, so maybe play around, do a little sampling in an area you can't see. But great product, great way to rejuvenate leather. Well guys, hopefully that gives you some good information. Be sure to check out my website, DieterMillhornFishing.com. Got links to my podcast on there, obviously a link to my YouTube channel here, and also links to all the gear that I use. Well folks, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and here are a couple of more videos that I think you're going to like.